Well, hey there, the Grande Alive. This is your weekly Newsish Roundup, brought to you by Ronde Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Anything to Digital, EONI, Valley Realty, Country Financial, and the Schwab Tire Center. The USO dance is swinging into Grande this weekend. And what's the USO dance? Well,
so the USO dance, it's held for veterans mostly. Anybody can come, anybody's welcome to come. We like people showing up, but it's specifically for veterans, people that have served. We play swing jazz from the 40s and 50s. We don't venture too far out of there. We usually like to keep it in a tight circle for the 40s and 50s.
Who doesn't like jazz and swing music? All the members of the Grande High School jazz band certainly like it, and two of those members told me what exactly it is about jazz that's got them so jazzed.
It's kind of a mix of both worlds because jazz is very free and improvisational, and horn music, which is pretty classical and, you know, strict regimen and practicing and all that is so I get these cross worlds, which is awesome to experience.
And there was a clicking point, and it was towards the, it was actually my sophomore year when I went to Jazz Fest. Jazz Fest is the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival in Moscow, Idaho, and they had a performer that it was just crazy. I'd been to one live performance before in my life, but it wasn't anything like I had seen at this jazz festival. It was crazy. Like I was sitting there and I was just taking it all in, and you could just feel the soul and just the energy from the music compared to what I had listened to, and that just like, it hit something in me, and I'm like, I need to play jazz.
Now, if you don't know how to swing, that's okay. The high school dance club will be doing lessons 30 minutes before the actual dance to give people a rundown of some basic swing moves. But why go this weekend? Why is it important? Well, all the proceeds of this dance go directly to buy band uniforms for the Grande High School marching band kids. And that's important because why?
Back when I was in not middle school, but elementary school, the marching band had come and performed at the elementary school, and they had such a crazy impact at just playing once at that elementary school that I was like, I should try out music when I get to middle school. And then when going into middle school, I realized how much I really loved music, and it's just like, if I had never seen that, or if I had never heard this kind of music, I would have never found it. I would have thought it was just something that just didn't need to be done. And just like the reinforcement and the equilibrium between all ensembles of the band in the Grande High School, it's kind of a push and pull. Like if you push something over here, you're gonna feel it over here. So if people didn't show up to the USO, you'd feel it somewhere else. Like we might not have uniforms, and we might not look as sharp as we do when we do march. And also another reason to show up to USO is that it's just awesome music. Like some people might not like jazz, but they might like live music, and it's just an awesome place to hear amazing live music.
The dance starts this Saturday at 7 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the door. Dress nicely and make sure to bring your dancing shoes. This story was brought to you by... As of several weeks ago, Riverside Park has gone to the dogs. A brand new, entirely enclosed dog park has been installed by the Grande Parks and Rec Department, and now dogs of every shape and size can get their runs and plays with their fellow doggies any day of the week. The park is located on the far side of Riverside and has two distinct sections, one for big dogs and one for small, timid dogs who may have a little bit of social anxiety. I bet some people wish all society was organized that way. Both sections are equipped with water spigots and poop bags, and according to Stu Spence, director of the Grande Parks and Rec Department, the park is perfect for people with energetic puppies who need somewhere to let them get their energy out after work.
It is natural after work to go let your dog out, get the energy out, so you can have a peaceful evening, I imagine. So it's really, I've gotten lots of emails and phone calls and letters just saying, hey, this is a great idea, we really needed it, and it's been great. So
Stu said that the dog park fits in with the overall goal of Parks and Rec by getting people out and about, being active and involved in the city. He said the park is nice because people with dogs who don't do well off-leash elsewhere can now play in an enclosed space. He also said that the Parks and Rec Department has plans to install benches for people to sit on and, ultimately, to make the park into an even better place for owners and pets to get out together and enjoy the Grande's parks. For more information about the dog park, grab your dog and go visit. It's open dawn to dusk, and the busiest times are about 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. This story was brought to you by
Anything to Digital. We can do that.
And here's your upcoming events with Emily Adair in Get Out and Go.
Hi, I'm Emily Adair from Go Magazine.
And I'm Will Bowman from Grande Live, and this is Get Out and Go.
When you open this week's Go Magazine, you'll find details about a theater production at EOU. The play includes some dark themes and as a result it demands a lot of its talented actors. Alive the Mind will run for just one weekend.
Also at EOU's campus, the Grand Ronde Symphony Association will open its 70th season. The concert will include several musical traditions, including the Nutcracker Suite.
You can also catch some music from 3 other ensembles on campus. A brand new student-led jazz group will join the 45th Parallel and the African Drumming Ensembles for a show this week.
Art Center East will host Handmade Holidays, a weekend showcase and sale of local artisans' work. The event, which comes in time for holiday shopping, has become one of the Art Center's most popular events.
This week's magazine also includes details about a production of The Sword in the Stone, music at Terminal Gravity, and a soup and bingo fundraiser for the Joseph Library.
For more details, pick up a copy of this week's Go magazine, which is inserted into the Observer and Baker City Herald.
We're also online at GoNortheastOregon.com and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
For more local content, check out LaGrande Live. Thanks for tuning in to Get Out and Go. Last week, the LaGrande High School Tigers football team had a huge win in Phoenix, Oregon, all the way across the state. Winning 25-15, the team has, for the first time in many years, advanced well into the playoffs, and this weekend will play Marshfield for their opportunity to stay in the running. If they win, they advance. If they lose, good season, guys. But either way, their season is coming to a close here soon. And as such, this week, I got the opportunity on a cold, windy day to head up to their practice and ask some of the players about their favorite memories of the season.
Hi, I'm Spencer Gerst, and one of my favorite memories this year was probably beating Pendleton for the first time in 27 years.
Hi, my name's Case Cornford, and my favorite memory was winning against Baker.
My name is Derek Williams, and my favorite memory for the season was beating Pendleton for the first time.
I'm Gabe Thuckle, I'm a sophomore, and one of my favorite memories was beating Pendleton for the first time.
My name is Logan Atkinson, and my favorite memory is beating Pendleton.
My name is Kevin Eckhoff, and my favorite memory is either picking off an interception against Mac High or beating Pendleton for the first time in forever.
My name is Andrew, and I am from LaGrande High School, and my favorite memory this year is beating Pendleton.
Well, my name is Joseph Bell, and my favorite memory of the season was probably when the whole team was in the Dalles, and this girl came up to us and asked to see Andrew Peasley. And Derek pretended to be Andrew Peasley to the girl and then got her number. That was pretty funny.
I'm Andoni, and my favorite memory was when Derek Williams pretended to be Andrew Peasley to a couple of girls in the Dalles.
I'm Zach Wiggins, and my favorite moment this year on our football team was going into Phoenix thinking that we weren't going to win and everyone doubting us and us getting away with the win for our first playoff win in a few years, so that was nice.
My name's Eli Levitt. My favorite memory of the season was going past the first round of the playoffs.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Page. My favorite memory would probably be beating Phoenix last week. The intensity was real high. Everything felt great.
I'm Parker Robinson. I'm a sophomore, and I play outside linebacker and slot. Favorite part of the season is probably beating Ontario in Ontario.
My name is Isaac Chamberlain, and my favorite memory of the season would be winning our first playoff game in multiple years.
LaGrande Live will be traveling to Marshfield and streaming the game live, so be sure to check it out. And here's the rest of your local sports with Ronald Bond from the Observer newspaper.
Greetings, LaGrande. I'm Ronald Bond with the LaGrande Observer for LaGrandeLive.tv, and this is your weekly high school sports spot. The Union Cove boys cross-country team completed its season of dominance by cruising to a state championship in the 3A, 2A, 1A meet Saturday in Eugene. The Bobcats were led by a 1-2 finish from Alex Strafunder and Tim Stevens and went on to score 42 points to win the state title by 82 points over second place Bandon. It's the 7th largest margin of victory in state history at any level, and it's also the 7th state title in program history for the Bobcats. More history was made on the girls' side as Enterprise won its first state championship and topped rival Union Cove in the process as the Bobcats took second. The Outlaws finished with 63 points and had 2 runners in the top 10 in freshman Kyla Hook and sophomore Elise Tingelstad, who took 7th and 10th respectively. The Bobcats, who finished with 88 points, were led by Michelle Herbis in 11th place and Alyssa Fox in 12th place. And the LeGrand girls followed up last year's surprising 2nd place finish by taking 3rd in the 4A championships. Maya Vandervloot and Abby Cruz finished 16th and 18th to lead the Tigers. On the boys' side, the lone LeGrand boys runner Bennett Welsh finished in 28th. On the volleyball court, Joseph concluded its best season in program history by taking 3rd place at the 1A state tournament. The Eagles beat North Douglas in the quarterfinals Friday, then lost to Hosanna Christian in the semifinals Friday night before rebounding to take down Cross Hill Christian in the 3rd place match on Saturday. It surpassed 2 previous 4th place finishes by the Eagles, the last of which came way back in 1982, the last time Joseph made it to the state tournament. And in football, both LeGrand and Wallowa reached the Class 4A and 1A quarterfinals respectively. The Tigers went on the road to defeat Phoenix in the first round of the 4A playoffs 25-15 behind their running game, which had nearly 200 yards. Nathan Reed rushed for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns, and it was the Tigers' first playoff victory since 2005. The Cougars were also on the road and thumped Elkton in the first round of the 1A playoffs 44-6 behind 235 yards and 3 touchdowns by Patrick Rithaler. The win puts Wallowa in the quarterfinals for the 3rd time in 4 years. 2 teams, conversely, did see their seasons come to an end as Cove lost to Camas Valley 42-6 in the first round of the 1A playoffs, and Enterprise fell at home to Kennedy in the first round of the 2A playoffs 33-0. The Tigers and Cougars will both be on the road again this weekend. LeGrand travels to face undefeated Marshfield Friday night, and Wallowa meets 1A's top-ranked team, Triad, also on the road on Saturday afternoon. Seasons also come to an end for the LeGrand boys and LeGrand girls soccer team. While the boys made it back into the playoffs, their season ended short of the quarterfinals, which they had made the previous 2 years. The girls, though, had earned their first playoff win in 4 years and reached the quarterfinals for the first time since 2013. They see their season end with a record of 12-1. That's it for this week. Be sure to pick up a copy of The Observer every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or check us out at legrandobserver.com. Follow me on Twitter at LGOBond. Check our Facebook page and follow LeGrand Alive.
And here's your EOU Sports with Ian and Chris from EOU Athletics and Around the Mountain in 90 seconds.
I'm Chris Duarte.
I'm Ian Dexter.
And welcome to Around the Mountain. I promise we'll get to 90. I promise.
EOU women's soccer team flat dominated the competition at the Cascade Collegiate Conference Tournament with 3 shutouts, taking down Providence 1-0, C of I 2-0, and Northwest 1-0 in the finals. The team had 7 all-conference selections, while head coach Jacob Plucker was named Coach of the Year, and midfielder Taylor Boyer was selected the Newcomer of the Year. The Mounties await the opening round of the NAIA Championships, which begin November 18th, as they are still just receiving votes.
Come on, NAIA, let's get some love. CCC Championship were this past weekend. The guys took 3rd overall, with Nick Mass taking 1st overall. The teams finished 3rd. And the ladies placed 6th as Rachel Rowley finished 6th individually, punching her ticket to the NAIA Championship. The men, on the other hand, received the number 2 at-large bid. Nationals will take place and face Cougar Washington on November 18th.
The number 3 seed in the CCC tournament, the women's volleyball team defeated Northwest Christian last night to advance to the semifinals against College of Idaho on Friday at 4 p.m. on the campus of Corpus University.
Football snapped its 3-game losing skid, winning over Rocky Mountain 21-17. Kelly's 17-yard grab in the 3rd quarter sealed it as Victor Diaz rushed for 104 yards. Mounties closed out the regular season on Senior Day against Carroll at noon.
Women's basketball tipped off its season in California, finishing 3-0 on the road trip. The number 7 Mounties defeated Bethesda 70-52, William Jessup 81-73, and California Maritime 81-56. Stormy Van Bell was named the Player of the Week, recording 28 points and 19 rebounds in the 2 games over the weekend.
Men's wrestling fell to Providence 38-9 with Kabbalah, McNall, and Rockwell winning their matches. Women's wrestling won 28-13, Olsen, Cavero, and DeHart all winning by pin. The men will travel to Oregon State tomorrow, and both teams will be in Forest Grove Sunday for the Mike Clark Open. Men's basketball will also be in Boise State this Friday at the Taco Bell Arena. That game is scheduled for 7 p.m. our time, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. That's a wrap for us here at EOU Athletics. Join us next week for another edition of ATM.
For more information, visit us at eousports.com.
And that's your weekly Newsish Roundup. This roundup was brought to you by Ronde Hospital, Northwest Furniture and Mattress, Anything to Digital, EONI, Valley Realty, Country Financial, and Schwab Tire Center. Please like and share the video and tune into LaGrandeLive.tv for more local content. I'm Will Bowman.